Happy Christmas Eve, everyone! Tonight, according to Spanish time, we are having Christmas Eve. But I decided to upload this video earlier so you can enjoy it. But I'm really happy that I am able to film today. And today I bring you a little bit special video. I'm going to do my first book tag, which is going to be, of course, this season book tag. And just in case you don't know it, I adore Christmas. I really enjoy this holiday season. So therefore, I'm going to do this season book tag. I decided to do this video after watching it in Regan's channel, which I will link down below. I don't know exactly who is the creator of the tag, so please, if you know it, just let me know and I can, give them credit down as well. So, in this case, let's jump into the book tag. The first question is pick your winter read, and since I can remember, my winter read has always been Little Women by Luis May Alcott. You are watching a Spanish edition of Little Women and Good Wife, which is the original first story, and the second, the sequel. Let's see how we can put it. Yeah, the sequel and the first story joined, which is how later on this book has been edited. I have 3 editions of this book. The first 2 are like adaptation of the novel, I think, and they are divided between Little Women, which is like the teenagers years of the March sisters, and then Good Wives, which is when they become adults and they have to figure it out in their own way, which are like an adaptation, mostly the novel, and then like a comic edition of every chapter after that. And then I have this complete book edited by Círculo de Lectores, which is an important publishing company and organization. And I love this hardcover, I think it's fabric sort of edition, because it has, if I'm able to show it to you, it has great illustrations. Mr. Lawrence giving fish to a poor woman that couldn't afford to buy fish for dinner. I don't know, I used to love this book when I was a teenager. I used to read this every Christmas until I was like 14 or 15, but then I had to stop. I want to pick up that tradition again. Maybe next year, not this year because I have a lot of work to do, but next year will be definitely the year I go back to Little Women. So, hi, it's a heavy one. The next one I'm going to go with a Spanish author, one of my favorite Spanish author, Laura Gallego Garcia. She is a very important YA fantasy writer, and in this case I picked the like La Emperatriz de los Etéreos. It's like the Empress of the Ethereum people, if I have to be literally translation. This story is set, as you can probably tell, because of the snowflakes. I love this cover, by the way. It's blue, it's white, it's very wintry. And in this case, it tells the story of Bipa and Aer, 2 friends that live in like an alternative medieval, an alternative world in which people have to live underground because the earth is covered by snow. And in this village, there's a legend of the Empress, which is like an immortal figure that everyone wants to seek. And if you meet her, I think you become immortal. There's like a myth, and Aer, which is the best friend of Bipa, decides to go on a quest to find her. But Bipa doesn't believe in this nonsense, so she thinks that Aer may be in danger because she knows that the outside world is not safe and is really cold, and he's not prepared for that kind of adventure and go so farther north. So she decides to go on a quest to find him and to bring him home, which is Bipa is very stubborn, so I really like her. This story is loosely based on the Snow Queen fairy tale. It's not a retelling. This connection with the Snow Queen fairy tale is basically the idea, and then it develops in a different way. If you read in Spanish, if you're able to read Spanish books, please pick this up. It's a really original book. I haven't read anything like it, and it has really interesting elements in it. And if by any chance you're a publisher, please check her website or this book, because everything that she writes, it's really a sure bet. You're going to succeed with her writing. I'm not sure if she published in English. I believe she doesn't, or she doesn't have um, any news about it in her website. But please pick this up. Well, the next question is: imagine that you have to pick a book to put at the top of your Christmas tree, like a sign in a star, and I will pick Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. In this case, it's the Spanish edition of the first book of the saga, Harry Potter y la Piedra Filosofal, published by important publishing company called Salamandra. This is a very important book for me because it opened my mind to fantasy, and since then I couldn't stop reading fantasy, so this will be my shining star in the top of my tree. The next question is: pick a winter place to spend your Christmas holidays. I will pick the Chronicles of Narnia, specifically the environment that it's set in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I used to adore this saga when I was a kid. I haven't finished it. I don't know why I got bored in the fifth book. I really want to reread it and complete the saga, but this was my favorite of all time. It doesn't seem to be a perfect safe place to stay at Christmas, but I adore the story in this book particularly, and I would love to meet Lucy and her brothers and sisters. I don't know, I love it. I just love it. Yeah, it will be my Christmas destination. The next question is: pick a character to go on a Christmas holiday with. And I have to pick Lizzie Bennet from Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I would love to spend this holiday season in the Regency era with the Bennet family, and I think it would be funny. It can also be frustrating because I bet that Mrs. Bennet would love to try to match me with any eligible man, but it's like, no, I would love to be there at the balls. And Lizzie is very witty and brave, and she speaks her mind, and I would love to meet her. I would love to be in the Regency era, and especially inside this book, and go on holidays with Lizzie. The next question is: pick a book that you want for Christmas, and I have a long list. Pick, I guess, The Invisible Library by Guinevere Kochman. Sorry, I will be probably butchering her name, but this story tells the story of Irene, or Irene, I don't know how to call her, which actually travels in time to rescue books, because she belongs to an organization that actually protects the books of all time, which is the Invisible Library. I love time travel. You already know I love Doctor Who. So the last question is: pick a movie, pick a treat, and pick an activity to do over Christmas. Pick a movie. That's an easy one. Love Actually. I adore this movie since it came out. Pick a treat. I will pick Polvorón. Polvorón is a Spanish Christmas sweet that is supposed to be like some kind of shortbread with nuts and flavor. And an activity, I will pick the same activity as always: reading. I have the reading, and I think Christmas is a great moment to read. This is everything. I hope you really like it. I want to tag Ariel Bisset if she hasn't done it, and Sam from the channel Thoughts on Toms. Oh, and of course, I tag you, the person that is watching it, if you fancy doing it. I would love to see which book do you pick for this tag. Send me a tweet follow me on Facebook or write in the comments and post me your video. As always, I will put my social media down below. As always, you can follow me if you fancy. Bye! Have a lovely Christmas night and tomorrow Christmas Day. Bye!